gorgeous people? This is Ambizzares DIY and other stuff. I'm Amber, and in this video we are going to be doing some DIY patriotic wreaths. It's that time of year. We have Memorial Day, we have 4th of July coming up, and you know what? You can be patriotic any time of the year, so this could be a year-round wreath for you if you want to do that. So without further ado, let's jump into these DIYs. Okay guys, for this DIY, I'm going to use this square wreath frame that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take these pipe cleaners, I'm going to twist them onto the center part of the frame. So I'm just going to do this all the way around the frame here. It's pretty self-explanatory, just so that I have some way to attach all of the stuff that we're going to be putting on this wreath. So once I have all of the pipe cleaners on, we're going to use this red and white Decor mesh, and I forget where I got it from, but it's a really nice mesh. I'm loving it. I think it came from Trendy Tree, but I'm not really sure. So for the base, I'm going to do what's called a poof method, and I'm just going to first take it and just fold it over top of itself like you just saw me do, and then I'm going to attach it to the frame using a zip tie. Now you don't have to use the zip tie. I just personally like to do that for extra security, but you can totally just attach it using the pipe cleaner. That would be totally fine. So I don't measure my poofs, guys. A lot of people do. I'm not that precise. I don't think it really matters once it's all said and done. So I just go ahead and do whatever I think looks good, and that's how I do my poofs. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific. I'm not a measury type of crafter. If there is a way for me not to measure something, I'm definitely not going to measure. So I'm just going to do this method all the way around the square frame twice. So I'll go around one time, and then I'm going to go around again to give it a nice thick full look for my base. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and use this red, white, and blue striped mesh, and I'm going to cut it at 20 inches. So I'm going to cut 20-inch strips, and because this frame has, I think it has 12 pipe cleaners on it, I'm going to cut 12 pieces because I want to make sure that I can have a piece of mesh for every pipe cleaner. Now, this naturally wants to roll in. So you can roll this. I'm going to do this method. I'm going to show you this crinkle method first. You roll each side in just to help prevent the fraying part of the Decor mesh, and then you're just going to walk it into itself, and it looks a little something like this. It looks really cool, like a scrunched up type situation. I'm just going to plop that right down into the pipe cleaner, and I'm going to do this for each pipe cleaner that's on this wreath form. So now that I have that done, we're going to move on to the ribbon. I have this ribbon that I've had for like eons, I feel like, and I'm going to use both of these ribbons. I have a 2.5 inch, and then I have a 1.5 inch. I'm going to cut them at 12 inches. So I have this cool ribbon tail cutter that I got from Crafter by the Sea. You can find them on Etsy, and all you do is wrap your ribbon around this little measuring thing. You cut off your excess, then slip the measuring thing out of there, and then you just cut your ribbon. It's that simple. It's really cool, easy way to do tails. Now you don't have to buy this acrylic thing. You could totally use like cardboard or something like that. I like this because the ribbon slides right out with no issues whatsoever, but you don't have to invest in this if you don't want to, but I find it quite handy. So once I have all of my ribbon tails ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and dovetail each one of them. So every single ribbon tail is going to get a little dovetail. I think it gives it a nice classy look. So that's why I like doing this on each and every single one of them. Again, this is optional. It's your craft. You do what you want. I like the dovetail look. You might not. So now I'm going to take this square. It's a metal. It's not square. It's a star. It's a metal star sign. Wow. I don't know where that came from. And I'm going to remove the little hangy thingamabobber because we're not going to need that. Then I'm going to go ahead and punch a few holes in the bottom part of this metal star because I need to have a way to attach it to the wreath. So I do need to put a couple holes in this. You could do like, people use these mounting things, but I just punch holes. It's totally fine. Now I'm going to take these blue pipe cleaners, and that's what I'm going to use to attach them to this wreath form. So I thought. You're going to see me change my mind, which often happens when people are crafting. I don't know if any of you guys are crafters watching this, but I changed my mind like 1,000 times. But this was my original plan, so I'm going to show it to you. So now I'm going to take this, and I'm thinking I want to center it in the center of this little wreath form here. So I'm trying to find the frame. Okay, this is what I'm looking for to be able to attach it to the frame. But as I'm attaching it, it occurs to me, I could do an off-center look. So as I'm attaching this blue one right here, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take these off, and I'm just going to do an off-center design, and I'm going to use the pipe cleaners that are already on this wreath form to attach this star. So this is going to be an off-center design intentionally. I don't know if people will look at this and think, oh, she messed up. No, I didn't mess up. I did it on purpose. I thought it looked cool, so that's what I went with for this particular design. You're going to see one later in the video that has the star centered in the center, but I thought this one looked cool like this, so that's what I decided to do. Now that I have my attachment in place, I'm going to go ahead and prep my ribbon by putting it in pairs and then folding it in half. This will make it very easy for me to be able to find the center when I'm getting ready to attach it to the wreath. So now that I have all of that done, we're going to go ahead, unfold it, and then I'm just going to accordion fold it right there in the center, and then I'm going to pinch it downwards because I don't want to hide this beautiful star that's in the center of this wreath. So for certain parts, I'm going to pinch it downward so that I don't hide the star, and then other times I won't need to do that. But I'm just going to go ahead and add these ribbon tails all the way around the wreath, as you're seeing me do right here. Just plop it right into all of the pipe cleaners. Once that's done, it's looking like this. Not too bad, right? So the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and trim off the excess pipe cleaner that I don't need, because I do want to put a little center in the center of all these ribbon tails, because I think that it's going to look really nice. And I have these felt stars that are the perfect colors. So I'm just going to take the backing off of the felt star. Then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the center of one of the ribbon tails. And then I'm just going to add the stars to the centers. I just think that makes a really nice touch. And I'm going to do that all the way around the wreath, except for the part where I have that big bow at the top, which I didn't even tell you guys about. I did add a big bow. Now I have these picks I thought that I would add, and I'm a pick pull aparter because I just feel like you get more use out of these picks if you pull them apart. Now, sometimes when you do that, like in this case, they come completely apart. So if that happens to you, just grab some tape and just tape it back together. Now, it would be ideal to use tape that's the same color as what you're working on, but I didn't have that luxury. It doesn't matter. That part's going to be hidden anyway, so it doesn't really matter that all I had was green painter's tape. It's going to work, guys. Trust me. So now I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to work these picks in here, because I got a really tight thing going on here. I don't even know that I really needed them. I was just trying to see if I wanted to include them. And then I decided, you know what, I have these other picks as well, and I pulled them apart already. These ones came apart really nice for me, and I thought these would be nice to add. So that is what I decided to add. Once I add all of those picks into the wreath, it's done, and here it is. Yay! I think it turned out really pretty, you guys. I love this one. It's really super busy, so if you like busy, here you go. This one is available in my Etsy store. Now, we're going to move on to this next one. I'm going to do the exact same method for some of these things, but I want to show you some other methods that I used, so that's why I'm showing you this one as well. But I'm going to do the poof method with this royal blue Deca mesh all the way around the wreath form. I'm not going to show you that again. You guys already saw it. And then I'm going to take this red and white Deca mesh, and I'm going to cut it at 24 inches. The last time I cut it at 20 inches, this time I'm going to cut it at 24 inches and show you guys a different method for adding these additional pieces of mesh in. So I'm going to take this mesh and I'm just going to find both of the ends. I'm going to have the ends meet each other just like this. Then I'm going to press it down flat onto the surface, flip it over the other way, and then I'm just going to walk it into itself. This makes a really nice bow tie, and you have zero fray when you do this method. That's why I like this method, but you do need to cut it a little bit longer so that the mesh is a little bit thicker and you have more. I really can't explain it, but you just need more. Okay, you can even cut it bigger if you want to, 30 inches, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these ribbon tails the same way that I added the other ribbon tails, and you can see that I added a different metal star to the center. I also added a bow on each corner for this one, so this one has two bows unlike the other one, so it's a little bit different here. I'm just showing you the different methods I'm using. All right, now I have these super cute 4th of July stars. They are so darling. I'm just going to add those into the pipe cleaners all the way around. The first thing I want to do is decide on what the design is going to look like and where I want them to fall. Then I'm just going to add them in there on the pipe cleaners, and it's really simple, guys. They already have holes at the top. I think they're meant for like a garland or something like that, but you can do whatever you want. This is crafting. There are no rules in crafting. Don't know if anybody ever told you that, but you do whatever the heck you want, whatever works, whatever you think looks good. I'm just saying, all right? So once I do that, guys, this DIY is going to be finished as well. This wreath is also going to be available in my, well, it is available in my Etsy store. And this is how it turned out. I think it turned out really fun too. Hope you guys found some inspiration from these DIYs, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!